yummy pizza! You'll probably finish this dinner in 10 minutes, but do you ever wonder what happens to it after that? The number of organs in our digestive system will work really hard on it. Some will even work for hours. This food has to be chemically broken down into really small particles so our body can use it for energy, growth, and cell repair. This process is called digestion. In this video, we'll take a look at various organs that make up our digestive system and see what happens to the food as it makes its way through them. The first stop is the mouth. So it all starts here, in the mouth. Our teeth chew the food, breaking it into smaller bits. The tongue helps to push the food around while we chew it. The food is mixed with saliva, which moistens and softens the food so it's easier to swallow. But our saliva is more than just water. It has special chemicals called enzymes that help to break down the food. Enzyme. That could be a new term for some of us. You can think of it as a special protein that speeds up the chemical reactions in our body. Like in digestion, food has to be broken down chemically into really small particles. And enzymes speed up the process. That is, make that happen quickly. Coming back to the food, when we're ready to swallow it, the tongue pushes it towards the back of our throat. You see the word bolus here in the diagram. In digestion, bolus is a small round mass of food that has been chewed and mixed with saliva. And now see, at the back of our throat, there are two pipes. One going to the lungs, which is the windpipe, and the other going to the stomach, which is the food pipe. Now, something clever happens here when we swallow the food. This special flap called the epiglottis now blocks off the windpipe to make sure the food doesn't go down the windpipe but only enters the food pipe. Occasionally, the epiglottis does not close entirely, such as when you eat too fast. In that case, you'll start coughing to clear the windpipe of any food that accidentally got there. That's when people say, the food's gone down the wrong pipe. Now the food enters the food pipe, also known as esophagus or the gullet. It is about 25 centimeter long tube that leads to the stomach. The food doesn't simply fall down the esophagus and into our stomach, but the muscles in the esophagus contract and relax in a wave-like manner called peristalsis, pushing the food along until it gets to the stomach. Stomach is a stretchy muscular bag. It's like a blender. It breaks down the food and turns it into thick paste called chyme. This is done with the help of strong muscles in the walls of the stomach and with acids and enzymes that are secreted from the stomach wall. The stomach acid also kills harmful bacteria that may be in the food which we eat. Now the food makes its way into the small intestine. The coiled tube in orange colour. Here is the small intestine. Despite its name, the small intestine is not small at all. It's over 6.5 meter long tube, loosely coiled in the abdomen. It is actually called the small intestine because of its width and not its length. It is about a 3 centimeter wide tube. The breakdown of the food continues in the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum, by using enzymes released by the pancreas and the bile produced by the liver. Bile is a powerful digestive juice made by the liver and stored in the gallbladder until it is required. It helps to digest fat. So you can think of the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder as small intestines helpers in digestion. Now, the second part of the small intestine, duodenum and ileum, is where the absorption of nutrients happens. Much of the small intestine is covered in projections. the finger-like bumps called villi. Here's a closer look. Villi increase the amount of surface area available for the absorption of nutrients from the food, and the blood capillaries in them carry away the absorbed food molecules. So, this is how the nutrients from our food enter the blood. The nutrient-rich blood from the small intestine goes to the liver, which is like a chemical factory for the body, and all the indigestible food is passed from our small intestine to the large intestine. It's the green tube here in the diagram, also known as large bowel or colon. The colon is actually the largest portion of the large intestine. The large intestine is not as long as the small one. Rather, it's only about 1.5 meters long, but it is more than twice as wide as the small intestine. The large intestine's job is to absorb water and some minerals from the leftover food waste. And not to forget the role of bacteria here. It has been estimated that there are about 500 species of different bacteria found in an adult colon. They perform a host of useful functions, like they can digest some substances that humans cannot, such as certain carbohydrates, and they produce some vitamins that we need, such as vitamin B and vitamin K. Ultimately, as the water is removed, the food waste or the stool is in solid form and is sent to the rectum, so that rectum holds the stool until you're ready to go to the toilet. At this point, it is pushed through the anus, the exit point of the digestive tract. Time for some fun facts! Normally, the body makes up to 1 to 2 liters of saliva a day. It doesn't take gravity to move the food down your esophagus. Thanks to the peristalsis, food would get to your stomach even if you were to eat standing on your head. The acid in your stomach is so strong that the stomach has to protect itself from acid erosion by lining it with a thick coat of mucus. And a new coat of mucus is needed every 2 weeks. I'm sure after watching this video, you have more appreciation and understanding of your body's digestive system. Please hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and do subscribe to my channel for more such interesting videos. See you in the next one. Till then, take good care of yourself.